Hello, my name is Tiffany Boyle. I'm CEO and Editor-in-Chief of Emerge Magazine. I'm here today at Tim Reid's studio, and I get the opportunity to interview the famous actor and three beautiful models, Jay Moise, Salome Atalino, and Deanna Ramos. Start with, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a model and designer and live in the States right now.
Okay, and where are you originally from?
Ethiopia.
And when did you move to the United States?
15 years ago.
15 years ago, and
Yes.
how was that move?
So it was different, but it's good. It's a little bit challenging. But,
So were you a model in Ethiopia as well?
yes, I was participating for Miss Ethiopia in 1999. Yeah, I started modeling when I was back home.
Okay, and being in that talent or pageant, how did that make you feel, or what did you have to go through?
For me, it was a good experience. Yes, there was a few challenges, but I was able to kind of face those challenges. I was able to be here today, do modeling and designing, owning even my own store. I even had my own store at one point.
Oh, okay.
So I was able to accomplish a lot, learn a lot also from modeling.
So why did you decide to get into modeling?
I think for me was more kind of like having that experience when you always get a compliment, people, saying you look like a model, you're beautiful, and it was like, okay, I can try this, see how far I can get. That's how I start.
And then when did you get into designing?
Designing something, it's kind of like a hobby. I don't think a lot of people know about that, but I did that. I started that about 5-6 years ago. Yeah, I started with a small scarf, and I was able to get all the merchandise from Ethiopia and design it myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did it have, like an Ethiopian theme, or did you put some of that culture into your design work?
Yeah, it's an Ethiopian theme, but it's more modern style.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to bring in.
So what did you have to learn as far as the business aspect on how to start that?
I don't think, I didn't start it as a business yet, but eventually I'm working on to make it as a business in the near future.
So you just
I just designed for myself and for friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a few scarves for a friend of mine, and then a shirt for a man friend. And then I done some shirts and dresses for myself also.
Okay, so what, as far as goals, when do you want to actually turn it from a hobby to a business?
I think 2016, I'm ready. Definitely will be a business for me.
Okay, and what are you going to do as far as like having a team, or just learning the ropes on making it? Is it just going to be strictly website?
I think I would love to teach some of the women how I design, and then have few people work for me. Absolutely a team. I think I do need teamwork.
Right. Okay. All right. Great. And what advice would you give to other women who want to be a model?
I'll say it's very hard business. It's very hard industry to be in. But if it's your dream, if something you love to do, I'll say go for it. And there will be some challenges and tests. And try to face that and be true to yourself and go for it. I'll definitely encourage young women if that's what they want to do.
What was one of the hardest things that you've gone through in your career?
I think it's when you try so hard and people telling you you're not good enough, or they'll tell you you're not skinny, you look you're too dark, or your hair, and those kind of challenges. That's the hardest part.
So how's it working with Tim Reid on his new project?
I think for me it's an honor and it's a blessing. He's somebody I grew up watching his TV show, and is absolutely a great person, and I'm very lucky and blessed to work with him.
Okay, and my last question question would be, what does the word emerge mean to you?
Emerge, I just discovered Emerge a few weeks ago. I think it's a great magazine, and I'm very excited to be part of the magazine and learn a little bit more about Emerge.
Okay, all right, great. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Tiffany. Thank you for having me.
Deanna, how are you today?
Hi, Tiffany. Very good. And you? How are yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank
Great.
you. So when we're talking off stage a little bit, you were telling me about the new addition to your family.
Yes.
Can you just go in and explain, what your life is right now?
Yeah, my life right now is incredible. I would say I get in the point right now that everything that I'm doing, I feel like it's a huge blessing in many ways. As a human being, as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, and now as a grandmother, which is people are still asking, you don't look like a grandmother. I say, I am, and I'm very proud of it. So I'm loving every single part of my life right now.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On your addition. So we were talking about stress.
Yes.
And what is your motto about stress in your life?
Stress in my life will be something that is not needed. I explained to you before, life is too short. And we're here to enjoy every moment. Every single moment in our life is a blessing. And we have to be grateful for it. I would say things that happened before, whether it's happiness or sadness, I embrace it because I'm here and why to stress? And that brings sadness, that brings sickness, and it's not worth it. And just embrace and enjoy every moment. That's what I would say.
So how long have you been modeling?
I've been modeling since I was probably 18 years old, and that was by accident, actually, back in my country. I'm from Panama. And at the age of 18, my sister decided to put me in pageants. Which is, I thought, I don't need that. I like playing. I was a tomboy, completely a tomboy. I like playing basketball and be around with the guys, the youngest of 4 brothers and my sister, of course. So I love that. And my sister said, you need to have women line up. I said, okay. So she put me in pageants. And she had somebody who trained me for modeling, and I heard when she said she is a natural. And I'm thinking, what is a natural? I didn't know that. I just did what they told me to do. So after the pageant, I was a runner-up, and I love it. I started being asked to do modeling, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I love it. It's just being dressed and makeup, and it's just to be behind the camera, in front of the camera, and I love it. And I haven't stopped since then. I did some work with my daughters too, and a little bit of everything, and I enjoyed every moment of it.
So what did you have to learn as far as the business aspect in the modeling industry?
The business aspect is pretty much one of the things is whether we like it or not, we are a product. Our face is what we show, our bodies is what are being seen, and you have to market it yourself. You are, and believe it or not, I will say it sounds bad, but at the same time it's a good thing because you are your own product. You marketing yourself. And having wonderful people around me that mentor me in a way, guide me in a way, I think so far is being really good. So it's longer you have good guidance and people that approach you in the nicest way and guide you in the correct way, you will follow the line of what is supposed to be done. Yeah.
So what else do you do besides modeling?
Besides modeling, I'm a fashion consultant. My friends always ask me, I need your advice. I love fashion. I guess having my mom was a single mother, so she has to provide, but at the same time, show me how to be a lady, be independent. So I also work since I was little, being this. But Also got the opportunity through one of my best friends to work as a fashion bridal consultant, and I love it. Love to be that person who helped a bride to find the perfect gown and see the happiness on their smiles. And I said, oh my gosh, I help you to do that. And that is a moment that nobody can take that.
So you even like the moments when you have to deal with the bridezillas?
Well, I will say not as much as if you ask me for advice, I will say to not bring a huge group of people.
Right.
Bring the ones that bring you positive.
Okay.
And bring the ones that are going to embrace that moment instead of making it stressful.
Right.
Enjoy every moment of it because it's only one time in your life that you're going to find the perfect gown at the perfect moment with the perfect people. And that smile on the faces of the bride is the good one. If I deal with the bridezilla so far, I will say maybe once, but you know how to handle it. I would say mom Silas and sister Silas. Yes, I had that. Yeah. Yeah.
Not even the ones getting married.
Yes. More than that, I love it. I love it. It's very fulfilling to see that smile on the girls. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to other people in a similar industry as yourself?
The advice that I will do, if you ask me about modeling, the first thing I would say, think of yourself, you're unique, and your reason to be there. It's always going to be somebody better than you. Yeah, you're going to hear that a lot. But in being this business is be punctual, be very respectful with the people that you work with. I also will say that you will have moments that people try to pull you down. Don't let them. Don't let them because you build yourself as a confidence. Love your body because some people will say, oh, you're not skinny enough, or you're not the perfect size enough, or you look too exotic. And I said, well, it's my luck. And if you don't like it, somebody else will like it. I said, I love to embrace women. I would like for when the women see me, I said, what do you do to look like that? And that's what, in this industry, a better way to embrace ourselves, help each other, because it works as a team. You will find so many wonderful things. Surround yourself with positive people. Surround with people that embrace you instead of pull you down. That's my best advice for them.
And how do you feel working with Tim Reid in his new project?
Oh my goodness. The first time I met him, I said, I love you. Thank you to my daughters. I know all your work, and you're an amazing actor. But as a person, you're so down to earth, and you bring so many beautiful opportunities to people, no matter where they're coming from. And for that, I'm very grateful for it, because you open door for, people, they will have so many dreams to embrace each other instead of putting each other down. And for that, I admire him so much. And definitely, if they're more like him, please come over and do so much, because we have so many people that are looking for that opportunity, but it's been done because the industry looking for certain things, and he's bringing opportunity for people like me to be seen as who we are, not what they wanted to see. So yeah, I'm grateful for it.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, my last question would be, what does the word emerge mean to you?
Emerge to me is this moment, moving forward. Emerge to me is like looking for what is the next thing. What can I do? What is going to make me better instead of break me down? Emerge to me is I'm emerging in this moment. And so that's what it means to me.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. Thank you for being here.
No problem. Thank you.
Magazine. I really appreciate it. So as we were talking off stage, you were telling me that you are from
Congo, Africa.
Congo, Africa. When did you move to the United States?
I moved here 2000, so about 15 years ago.
Okay. And what is your your real name?
My real name is Nyamuze Moise, but many people call me Jay. So.
And when did you decide to start modeling?
I've always wanted to do modeling, but I started pursuing it when I was a freshman in college because my friend did some designing stuff. I started doing some stuff with him and taking pictures, and then my uncle started taking pictures of me. So that's when I really, Tim Reid.
So what about the modeling industry attracted you to it?
As a little kid, when I was like 6 years old, I used to watch America's Next Top Model, and the confidence that the girls built up when they were on stage, I loved that, and the fashion, it was something I really enjoyed, and I just liked the whole look of it, so that's what made me fall in love with it. Yeah.
And you recently graduated?
Yes.
From college?
Yes.
So where did you graduate from?
I graduated from Richard Blank College in May of 2015. Yes, thank you.
What did you study?
I got my associates in science, so most of my classes were just based on science and my core classes, that's about it.
So do you plan on going to a 4-year, or you stopped to do modeling?
Yes, I actually stopped so I can pursue modeling. My uncle, Tim Reid, offered to help me with my career, so, which is what I really want to do. And so I decided to do that. And I mean, I love modeling. It's what I want to do. It's what I've always really wanted to do. So I stopped going to school and I decided to do that.
So yeah. What type of sacrifices other than schoolwork do you have to do to build your career?
Sacrifices other than going to school. I mean, I think it's not really a sacrifice if it's something you're doing that you love. So to me, I didn't see it much of a big sacrifice because I'm pursuing the career I want to be in. So that is my love, you know? And I mean, my family's in Arizona, but I get to talk to them and I get to see them. So I would say I didn't really sacrifice much because I love it. Yeah.
All right, great. So what are you learning about the industry? Are you learning like booking fees, contracts, agencies?
So this is a very new thing to me since I'm just getting into it and I just started pursuing it.
Well, what is just getting into it?
Like modeling and shooting and all of that.
I mean, how long ago?
I mean, I started shooting, but it was more with my friend, my freshman year of college.
Okay.
But when this started happening, it's like about a month or so. I don't know, like it got serious, you know? But now I'm just starting to learn the business side of it, or, you know, I have like look up and Google and check high fashion and, you know, the difference between all of it. That's what I mostly do, so.
Is there a model that you aspire to be?
Recently, I've always loved Naomi Campbell's walk. That is amazing, and I love her in general because she's amazing and stuff. And I watch a lot of Victoria's Secret fashion shows, so Giselle, I love her also. She's great. The reason I really like her is she seems very family-oriented, and family is big to me. And when I like look at her page and when I look at like her Instagram, she seems really family-friendly, and like, what is it called, environmentally friendly also. So I love that aspect of her, so.
So what do you have as far as goals for yourself?
Goals. My goal is, well, from where I come from, is just like, I think, how would you say it? I would never have seen myself in this position. Like, being able to follow my dream is big. So my goal is to be able to show people that, like from where I'm from, you can follow your dreams and it's able to come true, you know? Don't let anything hold you back. If you go after it and you believe that you can do it, nothing can stop you. So That's my goal, to just go after it, to believe in myself no matter what anybody says. I mean, you will always get people who tell you you cannot do it. But if you believe that you can do it, I believe you can accomplish anything. And that's my goal, to just keep moving forward, do anything I can do to let others see that dreams are possible. And that's my goal.
Great. So
Yeah.
what advice would you give to the girls back home in the Congo and to the girls in the United States who want to be a model?
I would tell them that to always think that you're beautiful, because we all are beautiful, you know? To never let anybody define your beauty. Always define your own beauty, because if you let other people bring you down, then you begin to take all that in, and you will never accomplish what you really want. So go after it. You're beautiful, and everybody's beautiful in their own way, no matter what. So go after your dreams, and just think positive. Let the negative out of your mind. As my mom always told me, never be negative. If you're positive and you follow after your dream and just believe in God, anything is possible. Yeah.
How do you feel about being included in Tim Reid's new project?
Oh my, when I heard about it, I was so excited. I didn't start jumping up and down when he told me, but I went back downstairs in my little room and I started screaming and I was hitting the bed. It's like a dream come true, you know? It's not every day you hear that you're working with somebody so amazing. So me having the privilege to work with him is so exciting. I just wanted to cry, but it's more tears of joy, so yeah.
All right, and what does the word emerge mean to you?
Emerge to me is you're bringing together either different races or different cultures, just bringing them together and just showing it, you know? So it's the emerge of and making it something beautiful. So that's what emerge means to me.
Yeah. Some of the talents that you've been working with.
Well, it started with a few actors that were in a couple of my feature films that I produced, and even some that I acted, and also some of the web series. The talent around here has not only surprised me, but it has improved since I had the studio for 18 years. We mostly had to bring talent in, but talent in this region has really caught up. And then I had the pleasure of meeting Salome and Deanna, and I thought, wow, they are really, they're veterans in this market, but people don't know them outside of this market. And as good as Facebook is, it's sort of a viral thing. You can't really get a sense of talent, you know. There are a lot of people hiding behind Facebook, have no talent whatsoever, but you think they do because they got a lot of likes. So I decided to shift my focus and begin to create web series and things for the regional talent, and then hopefully some of that will be sold. I just sold the first web series I did, which will come on, I think it premieres in the end of March, called Blues in the Night. And all local, mostly local people. I brought somebody in from France because she's an outstanding singer and actress. So that's kind of what I want to do now, sort of use my experience and past to develop and discover new talent, like Salome, like Diana, and my niece, Jay, who came to me a year ago and while she was still in college and said, this is something she dreams of. When anybody tells me they have a dream, they've got a champion because my life wouldn't be what it is.
So, speaking of that, she's a perfect example of how you're going down a path, because everybody tells you graduate high school, go to college.
Yeah.
But her dream was to, and I consider modeling being an entrepreneur because you have to learn that business for yourself. So when she came to you with this non-traditional, I want to do this, how did you embrace that?
Well, the first question I have is it your passion? If you don't have passion, if you want to do it for the money, go do something. Become a doctor, you'll make more money. But if you have passion for what it is, and you believe in dreams, then I'm your guy, because that's how I got to where I am. Nobody encouraged me to do this. Matter of fact, I didn't even think about doing it. I went down the business path. But those who did encourage me, those who gave me a shot, if it wasn't for them. So it is my duty as someone who's been very successful in the business to pay it forward. So when she said that, I said, you got to show me that you have passion for it. You got to show me by doing things on your own. So she went out, found a photographer, and started bringing me these pictures. You know, I tried to take some pictures of her, but she was too shy and too nervous because, you know, I'm new family. So I said, go out and let me see what you can do. And so she began to bring me photographs. And I went, wow, you have a talent. Let me find from some of my friends and some of the talent I'm working with if they think you have it. So I showed pictures to Salome and a few others, and she said, ooh, this young lady has a style. She has something. And here we are.
Great. So you want to tell us about your new book?
Well, it's been out a while. I haven't promoted it, but the book Dream Chaser is sort of ekphrastic art. Ekphrastic art is an old form of art where they blend poetry motivated by art or sculpture, and it doesn't matter which one comes first. It's just that these things sort of come together and create a new form. So I start doing that with some of my pictures, and as I travel, and then I begin to write poetry. This is my second book of poetry, and with the photos and the book, I said, all right, now it's time to get serious about this. Like I say, I'm going back to my first love, which is photography, since my mother gave me a little brownie camera back when I was 9 years old.
Because you're going back to your love, did you have to learn any new things with photography, new equipment, new technology?
Yeah, I mean, the digital world that we now live in for photography as well as film is exciting. So, you know, you have to catch up, you know. But also you have to remember technique. This technology is wonderful to have, and it's great. But if you don't understand the principle of photography, if you don't understand composition, if you don't understand what it takes to create a picture like the Mona Lisa that people have been looking at since it was created, there's a reason for that. The form, the composition, the palette of paint that was used. These are all techniques that have not changed in centuries. So first you have to understand the basics, and that's what I tell the actors, especially those behind the camera. Learn your skills. You know, understand what it takes to do what we do. You know, lighting. You know, we were just telling a young man who's working with me, lighting is not putting light in. Lighting actually is taking light away from it to create dramatic scenes to tell the story.
So why did you bring these three beautiful women from all different areas of the world together here today?
Well, in addition to I know they have great talent and great potential, I want to create, I've had this fantasy about doing a web series on the behind the scenes of modeling in the high fashion world. And as you know, people of color, no matter where they come from, Africa, Europe, Spain, are having a hard time in the world of fashion. Getting exposed. You know, they only use usually one black or Hispanic or model in any of these major fashions. So I thought, well, that's a shame. There's so much talent. So why don't I kind of create venues and opportunities for that talent? And so since my background is moving pictures, I've created a couple shows. One of them, I'm not sure of the name yet, but it's either going to be called Glam or Faces. It's going to be the behind the scenes of modeling, what people go through. You won't even see much modeling shows, maybe feet moving around and clothing, but the real story is about these four women. One at the end of their career, one in the middle of their career, and a young lady who's starting, and perhaps another actress. And the woman who runs this house, who's way past her prime, but loves the business, and she rules this place, and they all live there. So it's the experiences that they go through. It's a soap opera. It's a novella, as they say in most of the world. And I wanted to find originally someone, because I don't have the money to go out and shoot in New York and all, so I'm going to shoot in this area, and I wanted to find people who are available, and then we'll see where it goes. And maybe they'll follow my other series and get picked up.
Great. So what other goals do you see for yourself in the near term and then the long term?
I really enjoy working with the millennial generation, as they're called, the young filmmakers, actresses, models. They have a different view of the business. They're going to create the 21st century business, you know, in addition to this technology. And I want to see it. I want to see what they come up with. And so I enjoy working with them around the world. I mean, I have groups that just got back from a month in Africa working with some of the filmmakers that I've worked with. Europe, Trinidad. I'm going to Cuba in 2 weeks. And it's exciting to see the world they're creating. And to just be a small part of it is also, it inspires me, keeps me young.
So what advice would you give to our viewers, knowing that they're entrepreneurs of all levels and business owners?
Well, I think what we have to understand is that the world that created all of this that we're using is at its end. The empire is shifting, It's coming to an end, the way things have done. I don't mean the end of the world. I'm not into that. I'm talking about the business as it's set up. The music business has got to change. The film business has got to change. And these millennials are going to change it. So I think anybody who wants to be in it must understand that they have to be an entrepreneur. They have to learn their business. They got to know how to sell it. They got to know how to use the internet. They've got to know how to use and sell and make a living doing it. Giving it away to YouTube ain't the way to do it. You will not make a living unless you projectile something across the room and it looks good and you put it on there and you get 1 million hits. But if you're going to entertain people, and that is the job of all of us, to entertain, to inspire, to radically make them think about life in a different way, that's the job of an artist. To bring comfort to the uncomfortable and make the comfortable uncomfortable. That's what we do. So if you're going to do that, know your skills, have passion. If you don't have passion, do something else. Go home, watch a football game. But if you got passion and you believe in dreams, you got to create a new way for yourself. You got to create a new business model.
And then my last question would be, what does the word emerge mean to you?
Emerge is a good word. Especially now in the 21st century. I mean, it's been around for a long time, but especially now because the 21st century is the last gasp. I mean, the 20th century is the last gasp, and we're still using 20th century models to try to bring into the 21st century. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in politics. It doesn't work in life. It doesn't work in marriage. It doesn't work in religion. So we have to emerge. We have to create a new being with ourselves, a new way. If not, we die.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the interview today with actor, comedian, and film director Tim Reid and the 3 beautiful models, Jay Moise, Salome Attilino, and Deanna Ramos, with Emerge Magazine, the new voice of business.